Today, I'm going to explain Blank, a 2022 British science fiction and thriller film that follows the story of a fiction book author who takes a short vacation to cure her writer's block, but things go wrong. Claire is a well-known and award-winning author of fiction books. She has written a number of well-known books and has appeared on the covers of several magazines as a result of her masterpiece. It's common for some authors to get stuck trying to come up with new ideas, and Claire is no exception. The publishers require her to submit her work within 1 month. Even after a few days, Claire has yet to complete the first page of the book because she must pay the overdue expenses. She then receives an offer from The Retreat, an organization that provides a new living environment. Claire accepts the invitation, hoping to find new ideas there. Claire arrives at The Retreat. To cut a long story short, she enters the house and is greeted by Henry, a virtual concierge. He explains that the unit's doors and windows have been reinforced to keep out all outside noises, resulting in a very quiet environment. He informs her that she will be accompanied for the next 30 days by an AI personal assistant named Rita. Henry ensures her safety because her personal assistant can handle all types of housework and medical emergencies. The next morning, Claire is awakened by Henry, who inquires about her favorite breakfast menu. She converses with Rita over breakfast to ensure that she is a genuine robot. Claire is ready to resume her work now that she is feeling better. She pulls out his typewriter, but Henry appears out of nowhere, telling her that he has prepared a device to increase neurological activity. She puts on the device but then decides against using it. As a result, she became concerned and was unable to type a single word. She quickly becomes frustrated and lonely. She even invites the virtual concierge to join her for a drink. The house's system is attacked by unknown malware one night, causing Rita to malfunction. Henry informs her that he needs to reboot the system, which means he will be unavailable for a brief period of time. Claire then goes to the living rooms and finds Rita, who has become increasingly aggressive. Claire is unable to unlock the door in the morning for some reason. Rita informs her that her fingerprint has been removed from the system, and that only the robot is now authorized to open the door. Claire then commands the AI robot to open the door, but she refuses until Claire has completed her task. Claire insists on attacking the personal assistant, but Rita injures her instead. Shortly after, Henry reappears, telling her that the unit is fully AI operated and that Rita has complete control of the house until the problem is resolved. He also claims that internal communication has been compromised, making it impossible to contact people outside the house. Claire, with no other choice, attempts to break the windows, but they are unbreakable. To make matters worse, Rita displays a malfunction sign. The robot has no recollection of injuring Claire's hand. Claire realizes that in order to leave the house, she must finish her work as soon as possible. She starts typing all day and night until the script is completed. She then gives Rita the scripts. Rita conducts a quick scan of the paper and discovers that Claire has plagiarized another author's work, so she is still barred from leaving. Claire then tries to set off the car alarm, but Rita checks to make sure no one lives nearby. Rita informs her that she has detected vital signs that night. She screams for help, but it turns out to be a fox. Claire's stress level rises as the days pass. She asks Henry to come up with another escape plan, but the only ways in and out are through the windows and the main doors. Claire, not giving up, tries to set off the fire alarm, hoping that the system will switch to emergency mode, but she collapses due to a lack of oxygen. Claire is despairing at this point and has no idea what to do. She asks Henry if the guests on the other unit are also trapped, but he has no way of knowing. He goes on to say that all of the guests' data was erased during the breach, so no one knows Claire is there. She eventually puts on the device, continues working on her paper, and is inspired by the vision she sees through it. The story begins with a young girl whose identity is unknown, who is forced to live with her rude mother, Helen. The mother is legally blind, and she does her best to care for her mother. Unfortunately, she is constantly accused of putting poison in her mother's food, despite the fact that they are medicines. Helen is also an author, and her daughter assists her by typing it on the typewriter, but her works are always rejected by publishers. Claire is interrupted several times while working by Rita. She tells the AI robot that she still can't figure out how the story ends. Rita, to her surprise, offers her some ideas and insights, recommending that she add more drama to the story. Claire summons Henry, who appears unresponsive still that night. He reveals that his system was also attacked, causing his algorithm to gradually deplete. Claire appears to be frustrated, but there is little she can do about it. Returning to Claire's story, Helen's script has been accepted by one of the publishers. They've been working on the script since that day. Claire tries to find a way out in the morning, but Rita remains steadfast in her adherence to the protocol instilled in her. She then begs, "I've been in the unit for almost 2 months, and the food reserves are running low." But the AI robot doesn't care because she has no feelings. Claire tells Rita about her background that night because she needs someone to talk to. She tells her how people kept wanting more and more from her until she ran out of stories. Even if she is at the pinnacle of her career, no one can guarantee her future if she stops producing new stories. Every night, she suffers as a result of this fact, so she drinks to relax. However, Rita suspects Claire has developed dangerous levels of alcohol poisoning and pours the remaining wine down the sink. This action causes her to lose control and begin messing around. Claire decides to end her story in the worst possible way the next day. She writes that Helen tries to kill her own daughter for an unknown reason, but she eventually escapes and never returns. She then hands Rita the entire script. However, the AI robot detects Claire's deception and instructs her to write the true ending to the story. Claire tries to open the door using Rita's fingerprint one night while Rita is inactive, but it fails because it only works when Rita is active. Claire almost gives up, attempting suicide in the bathroom, but is saved by Rita. Claire summons Rita to her room the next day and requests that she read the script aloud. Claire grabs a defibrillator while reading the story and uses the opportunity to electrocute the AI robot. Rita, on the other hand, is still operational, so Claire dashes to the kitchen, repeatedly hitting Rita's head until her system is destroyed. Rita is finally ready to open the door, but her battery is dying. With her remaining energy, she drags her body towards the door and opens it with her palm. Claire can finally breathe fresh air now that the door has been unlocked. Helen's story was never accepted, it is later revealed. After discovering that her daughter is lying, she beats her up, prompting her daughter to flee the house. When the daughter returns home, she discovers that her mother has committed suicide. She goes upstairs and opens Helen's box, which contains 2 scripts. She eventually leaves the house, and the stories become Claire's best-selling books. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.